Astro amigos, welcome back to Astrology with Ninad. In this video, I am going to discuss the detailed monthly horoscope prediction for the final month in the year 2025, which is December. Yes, we have approached the end of this year, and it is time to make the monthly horoscope prediction covering major life areas such as career, health, business, marriage, travel, education, and much more for all the 12 zodiac signs, starting from Aries all the way up to Pisces. Now, my predictions are mainly based on your moon sign, which is known as the Chandra Rashi or the Chandra Lagna, or also based on the ascendant, which is known as the rising sign or the Lagna Rashi. Both are very important in their own respects. So it is best to see the prediction from both your ascendant and moon sign. And over a period of time, you will know exactly which sign prediction you resonate most with. So I have posted the timestamps in the description box below for your convenience. You can click on the time that corresponds to your moon and rising sign and watch accordingly. Before I dive into the prediction part for all the 12 signs, let's take a moment to analyze the transits that are taking place this month. Yes, it is a very important month because there are many transits that are happening. Starting with Sun, the king of planets, it will be transiting in the sign of Scorpio for the first half of the month, and then it will transit to the next sign, to the fire sign of Sagittarius around the middle of December. Mars. Mars, the commander in chief of the planets, will leave its own sign of Scorpio on December 7 and transit to Sagittarius as well. Mercury will transit from the sign of Scorpio to Sagittarius towards the very end of the month, around the 29th of December. Venus will leave Scorpio and transit to Sagittarius around 20th of December. Jupiter, this is a very important transit where Jupiter in a retrograde motion is leaving or moving back from its exalted sign of Cancer to the sign of Gemini. So that is a major transit that is happening. Saturn will be transiting all month long in the sign of Pisces. Rahu, the north node of the moon, will be transiting all month long in the sign of Aquarius. Whereas Ketu, the south node of the moon, will be transiting all month long in the sign of Leo. Finally, Moon. Moon is the fastest moving planet in the zodiac. It changes or traverses through the constellation every 2 to 3 days. So we cannot really pinpoint its location as it will keep moving through the zodiac at a very fast pace all month long. So these are the transits and positioning of all the planets. Now let's get to the prediction part. For my Aries Mesh Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Well, your career house will not have really any aspects, any sort of afflictions per se this month. The ruler of your career house, Saturn, will be transiting pretty much all month long in the 12th house in the sign of Pisces. So, this can be a great opportunity for those people residing in their homeland to seek a new job opportunity in a foreign country because Saturn is placed in the sign of Pisces, which is the final sign in the zodiac and is also related to foreign lands, to immigration. It is in the sign of Jupiter, right? Jupiter rules Pisces. Jupiter is in the third house from where it is aspecting the ninth house of long distance settlement. Your ascendant lord, especially after December 7, will be transiting in the ninth house of foreign lands itself. So, a wonderful time for any foreign related matters to play out in terms of your career. If you are already residing abroad, then you can start to make some really good progress, achieve solid success after December 7, So put your best foot forward because sky is the limit as to how much can be achieved in this coming time. Because even Rahu is in your 11th house in a very comfortable sign, which is, it is known to co rule the sign of Aquarius. So Rahu can also give you tremendous gains and elevate you to better and higher positions. So, utilize every opportunity that comes your way and make the most of this month. If I talk about business, in terms of business area, the first 3 weeks are not looking that great, but the last week is going to be pretty much in your favor. So if you need to take any important business related decisions, get do any sort of business partnerships, collaborations, any sort of business deals, expansion, whatnot, I will say the time after December 20th is looking to be more supportive as compared to the time before then. If I talk about finance, in terms of financial area, the time is looking to be pretty good throughout the month because your wealth lord Venus, although it will be placed for the first 3 weeks in the eighth house, it will directly aspect its own house of wealth. So savings, bank balance will naturally be strong. Your gains will also be sporadic. They will come if you make wise investments. If you're good with your finances, money will come to you because Rahu in the 11th house can give you tremendous gains. Of course, you need to check if they are placed well in your natal chart as well. But from a general perspective, the money flow is looking strong. It is looking good. And try to focus more on long term investments due to Saturn, the lord of your inflow of money, placed in the 12th house. So don't focus too much on quick gains. Try to focus on long term stable investments. If I talk about health, in terms of health area, overall, the time is looking to be good. I'm not seeing any major health concerns. Overall, your ascendant lord, your Lagnesh Mars, will be quite well placed throughout the month. So there will not be any sort of major issues. Just, take good care of your health. Do, regular exercise, yoga, meditation, pranayam, eating the right kind of food, and you will be fit and fine. If I talk about love life, in terms of love and romantic relationships, the first 2 weeks are not looking that great, so you need to be cautious. If you're single, the last 2 weeks of this month can provide some better opportunities in the love and relationships department. For those couples already in a relationship, the first 2 weeks can be a struggle. There can be some ups and downs. Be patient, work things out, and slowly from the third week onwards, situation will improve. Marriage, for those people wanting to settle down, wanting to get married this month, the time in the last week is suitable for marriage related matters, not the first 3 weeks. So, again, the last week of this month is only looking to be suitable for marriage related events. For those couples already married, overall, I do not see any major issues because Jupiter's blessings are on your marriage house. So naturally, domestic peace, harmony, happiness will be ensured. But still, in the first 3 weeks, there could be some unexpected events that can unfold depending on the dasha bhukti you're running. But overall, it will be a good, happy married life for the most part this month. And especially in the last week, it will be exceptional. If I talk about education, for primary education, those students pursuing bachelor's high school, the time is looking to be good throughout the month. You study hard, you will do great. In terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking to be very good, especially in the last 2 weeks. You will make significant academic progress and you will achieve a lot of respect and gain recognition as well. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journeys, the the entire month is not looking that great per se, but it is not looking like too much problematic either. If you need to travel, you can do that, but try to not travel unnecessarily a lot. Trying to make quick, short journeys constantly, try to avoid doing that. Just do it if necessary. In terms of long distance travel journey and vacation, the time after December 7 is looking to be very good if you need to go abroad, if you need to go to a foreign land for any business, career related decisions, meetings, or even for meeting a potential partner, you're dating someone, then the time is really looking good for foreign related travel. If I talk about children, for those women looking to conceive, in the progeny area, the time in the last 2 weeks is much more supportive than the first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks is not at all supportive. The last 2 weeks will get much more favorable for the progeny related area. For those people already having children, the first 2 weeks can experience some ups and downs, some possible rifts in the relationship, but slowly things will smoothen out as you enter the third week. So just be patient, work things out, and everything will be good after the third week and onwards. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Aries Mesh Rashi friends, and I hope you have a wonderful last month of December 2025 before we enter the new year. All the best. For my Taurus Vrishabha Rashi friends, let's talk about your career area first. Well, the first week you have to be a bit careful because Mars from the seventh house will be aspecting the 10th house of career where Rahu is placed. And that kind of creates a Angarak Yoga. So you need to avoid any sort of conflicts, arguments, and disputes at the workplace, be it whether with co-workers, bosses, colleagues, subordinates, it doesn't matter. You need to avoid conflicts. Slowly, things will start to improve from the second week onwards because Mars aspect will no longer be there since it will transit to the eighth house. So, Jupiter's aspect will also start to be on your career house from December 5 onwards. That will be a huge saving grace for you. So Jupiter will start to aspect Rahu and the 10th house, which naturally means more opportunities, expansion. You know, luck factor will also improve. So overall, you will start to experience more success at the workplace, and any sort of old things from the past will be resolved. There will be a conclusion, and you will start to move in the right track because even your career lord Saturn is transiting in the auspicious 11th house placement. If I talk about business, in terms of business area, the first week is looking to be the best for the business area, self venture, startups, those sort of things. But even from second week onwards, your business lord Mars will receive the aspect of Jupiter. So that is a saving grace again. And it can be good for some benefits from your potential partnerships, from collaborations, right? So there can be some gains from that angle. And as long as you play your cards right, you avoid taking any major unnecessary business risk, you do your proper due diligence, you are going to do just fine because there will be the auspicious combination of Mercury and Venus in your seventh house. So, Venus is the natural planet of luxury, of riches in a way. And even Mercury is the natural karaka of business, it is the significator of communication, and they are both best friends. So, this is a very auspicious combination for your business area. If I talk about finance, in terms of financial area, from December 5 onwards, the time is looking to improve for finances because Jupiter will move backwards to your wealth house where it will be, you know, trying to expand your resources because Jupiter is the natural karaka of the wealth house, of the treasury, of the finance. So your resources will grow, will expand, money flow will get better, and financially you will be more satisfied than before. If I talk about health, overall, in terms of the health area, the time is looking to be quite positive. You can say pretty much all month long. I'm not seeing any major issues, although any chronic related ailments might need some attention in the last 2 weeks of this month. But since Jupiter's aspect is on the eighth house, you will find solution and good cure for any type of chronic health ailments as well. If I talk about love life for single people thinking about relationships, the first actually, pretty much the entire month is quite good because your fifth lord will be in the seventh house of marriage, meaning you will now be very focused. You will want to be in a committed relationship, and there are strong chances that the person you find you connect with might be your partner for the long haul. For those couples already in a relationship, there is this time where you might seriously think about taking your relationship to the next level and getting married, tying the knot, because your fifth lord is going to be in the seventh house, and that too with Venus. So, especially from the second week onwards, the time is looking quite strong. If I talk about marriage, again, same thing. Lot of couples who have been dating for a long time might think of getting married now. And those people who are, single, who want to settle down, want to find the right kind of proposal alliance, then the first week especially is looking quite good for that. But even the rest of the month is not too shabby. So be proactive, and you never know, you might find the right match for you this month who is also looking to settle down and getting married. For those couples already in a marriage, the time is going to be more or less favorable. You are going to have a good marital life this month. And in the last 3 weeks, you can see there can be some involvement with your in laws. There can be some visits to your in laws, spending time with them, some type of dealings with your in laws that can happen, but nothing too problematic or anything like that. Jupiter's aspect on the eighth house is looking to be quite protective. If I talk about education in terms of primary education for those students pursuing bachelor's high school, the time is looking to be good in the first 2 weeks as compared to the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, there can be some ups and downs. In terms of higher education for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking to be good pretty much throughout the month. If you study hard, if you do your research, or put in effort, you are going to succeed. Travel, in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking to be good, although from the second week onwards, you need to be careful with your speed. Like, try to not speed and drive your vehicle. Try not to get in any sort of road rage incident, and be calm. If I talk about long distance travel journey vacation, the time is looking excellent throughout the month. So if you need to embark on any major long distance travel to foreign lands, then it's good for that. If I talk about children, for those women looking to conceive, for the progeny area, the time is looking to be good this month. It is looking to be supportive. But of course, you need to make sure your natal chart also supports the progeny area. Your fifth lord, if there are any aspects or conjunctions in that house, what dasha bhukti you're running, in which house is the fifth lord place, what sign, what rashi, what nakshatra, what degree, right? All these considerations need to be made. If I talk about those people already having children, then overall, your relationship with your children will keep improving as the month progresses. Overall, no major issues are seen, and it is the best time for you to spend good quality time with your children as much as possible this month. It will give you a lot of happiness. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Taurus Vrishabha Rashi friends, and I wish you the best. For my Gemini Mithun Rashi friends, let's talk about your career area first. Your career Lord Jupiter will re enter your ascendant itself, your Lagna, from December 5 onwards. So, very powerful transit that is happening is your career Lord entering your first house, where it will be retrograde and also Digbali, directionally very strong. So, it is a very auspicious thing. It means that you might have to revisit the past in terms of making any decisions, or basically rethinking about decisions that need to be taken associated with your career. If that is applying for a job that you wanted to in the past but you never did, approaching someone in regards to a job, thinking about job transfer, thinking about relocation, moving abroad. So these sort of things might play out during this month. And Saturn is, anyways, transiting in your career house itself. And the aspect of Mangal, Mars, will also be there in the last 3 weeks. So, again, do not take a sudden, impulsive, hasty decision. This is the month where you need to really think things through, revisit old decisions, and think about how you can make the best decisions for your life connected to your career, and do your proper due diligence before you know implementing those decisions. But overall, good progress and success can now be seen in the coming time, because your most important is your career lord will be well placed, it will be strong, and it will also aspect Rahu on the ninth house, which means that even abroad and foreign related matters connected to job area is looking to be very positive. If I talk about the business area, in terms of business, overall, it is going to be very positive again, because from December 5, Jupiter will aspect its own business house, direct aspect. So, what more can you want, correct? Because Jupiter's aspects are considered to be blessings on that house. It is known as Amrit Drishti, right? Nectar like aspect. So it will bring the best out of the business area. It can give you some new ideas. You might think about starting something on your own. You might think about, taking some important business related decisions about expansion, collaborations, new business deals. All sort of these things will start to play out. You will also have literally a conjunction of Mercury, Venus, Sun, Mars towards the second half of December. So a very powerful activation of your business house will be there. Even Saturn will be aspecting that. So some very important transformations connected to your self venture, to being an entrepreneur, can play out. If I talk about finance, then overall the financial area is looking to be quite positive throughout the month. Reason being, your Mars is the planet which controls your money flow, and pretty much all month long it is going to be placed well, first in the sixth house and then the seventh house. And in the sixth house it will be in its own sign. In the seventh house it will be in the friendly fire sign of Sagittarius. So naturally Mars will be in its own element here. Jupiter will also be aspecting Mars. So overall the money area is looking to be quite strong this month. If I talk about health, in terms of health area, there will be some focus on health issues that might need to be addressed this month due to your ascendant lord transiting in the sixth house. But again, it is nothing problematic as such. It just means that if you are suffering from any health issues, then pay some attention to those, how you can recover from them, what necessary steps that you need to take in order to get better is what the focus should be on this month. If I talk about love life, then for single people, the time is looking to be positive from the third week and onwards for the love and romance area. There are possibilities of finding the right kind of partner. So definitely be proactive. If I talk about those couples already in a relationship, overall, the time is going to be quite positive slowly after December 5 onwards, although there can be some slight arguments, disputes here and there till about December 20th. But after the 21st, it is going to be an amazing time for your relationship and romantic life. If I talk about marriage, for those people wanting to settle down, wanting to get married, the time is getting very strong here. Because, as I said, especially in the last 2 weeks, there is going to be a four planet conjunction in your seventh house. Jupiter will be aspecting its own house, Saturn will be aspecting the seventh house. So, literally, five, six planets are impacting your house of marriage. In other words, they are activating it. If you are running the right kind of dasha, bhukti, then lo and behold, marriage can definitely be on the cards for you. If you're already married, then there are going to be some really important events or possible transformations that you might go through this month. There are some things that you will need to address. If there are unresolved issues, you will need to resolve those. And it is just going to be a very activated month for you in terms of relationship with your spouse. Your married life will be the focus. If I talk about education, in terms of primary education for those students pursuing bachelor's, high school, the time is looking good, especially in terms of competitive examination. But you will need to really study hard to be able to get good grades. If you put in the effort, then you will do great. If I talk about higher education, such as those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, then the time is looking to be very good, very positive. As long as you do not give in to distractions, you do not brood over the past, you will, or basically learn from the past and make the necessary positive changes, you will do great in your academics. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking pretty much, you can say, positive throughout the month. I'm not seeing any major issues, but just do not speed and drive your vehicle. There will be the conjunction of Sun and Mars together, and especially Ketu is also in your third house of short distance travels. So be careful. If I talk about long distance travel, journey, and vacation, the time is looking exceptional for that. So as long as you do your proper due diligence and research, then you can certainly embark on major long distance travel. But if you are running the Mars Dasha or Bhukti, then you need to be a bit more cautious. You need to maybe take some friends with you or trusted people on major long distance journeys. Do not go alone, and also do not get into any sort of conflicts, disputes, or arguments on in your travel. If I talk about children, for those women looking to conceive, who are desiring to have a child, the time is looking to be positive pretty much, you can say, throughout the month. But of course, you will need to verify and check your natal birth chart to ensure it supports the progeny area. For those people already having children, the time is looking to be good from the perspective of you will need to actively and proactively spend more time with your children, and you know doing activities which they love, doing those activities with them, whether it is outdoors, whether it's indoors, watching a movie, going on a picnic, going to fine dining. Doing those, spending more quality time will go a long way. So I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Gemini friends, and I wish you the best. For my Cancer Karka Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Well, this month, your career Lord Mars will be, for the first week, transiting in the fifth house in its own sign of Scorpio. So that is excellent for your career area because it is providing support. Any planet transiting in its own house, in its own sign, own constellation is always a very positive thing. Then it will transit on the 7th of December to the sixth house in the sign of Sagittarius. This is also a very good placement because the sixth house is a Upachaya house, it is a growth house. Sagittarius is a fire sign, Mars is a fire planet, so there is a good match between the elements. Mars will be very happy in a fire sign as it will be able to naturally exhibit its, potent energy. And then Jupiter's direct aspect will also be on Mangala, which means that really good growth and progress can be achieved this month in your professional life. Just work hard, stay focused, be committed, and you will see the good results as the month unfolds. If you are unemployed seeking a new job, then this is a great month for that. There is no surprise, if you keep trying, that you can certainly land a new job opportunity with a good salary and benefits package. If I talk about business, in terms of business area, it is going to be a mostly positive month. There are going to be no major afflictions to the business area, to the business house. So, it is a good month for you to really focus on your self venture, think about collaborations, think about business deals, where you really want to take your business moving forward for the new year. So it is a great time to really plan out the details and, create a roadmap for your future business success. If I talk about finance, then overall the financial area is going to be quite positive pretty much throughout the month because your finances lord, which is sun, will be positively placed all month long. And same goes for the lord of your house of gains, Venus, also will be quite well placed, which means that money flow, savings, bank balance will be pretty much stable, and you should be all good to go this month in terms of finances. If I talk about health area, then Jupiter's blessings on your sixth and eighth houses can certainly help you to recover from any sort of health ailments or to find the right cure or treatment for the same. So, health area is looking to be positive, especially after December 5 onwards. If I talk about love life, for single people wanting to, get into a relationship, The time is looking to be good this month, especially the Mercury Venus conjunction in the fifth house can open up some really great doors of opportunity for communication with a potential partner, especially through electronic means like matrimonial sites, through dating apps, through social media. There is also a chance of reconnecting with a childhood friend, and after so many years, love could blossom as well. If I talk about those couples already in a relationship, the time is looking pretty good, pretty harmonious, peaceful, enjoyable. And besides some minor conflicts here and there, I do not see any major issues this month. Marriage, for those people wanting to actually settle down, wanting to get married, the first 4 or 5 days are the best this month, if possible, for marriage. But even the rest of the month is not looking too shabby either. If you are running the right kind of dasha bhukti, then marriage can definitely be on the cards, and it can be an auspicious time for the same. For those couples already married, the time is looking to be pretty much harmonious, peaceful, and doing some long distance traveling, going on some nice vacations with your spouse, or maybe a nice cruise can do wonders for your married life. If I talk about education in terms of those students pursuing primary education, like bachelor's, high school, the time is looking to be quite good, quite positive throughout the month, and you will do remarkable if you put in the hard work and effort. In terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking to be good, but in the last 3 weeks, you might feel a bit of restlessness because you will have ample energy. But if you don't channel the energy in the right way towards your studies, towards your research, then there can be a problem. But if you channel it in the right way, then you can achieve a lot as when it comes to your academics. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking to be pretty much good throughout the month. I do not see any major issues. Just do not speed and drive your vehicle. In terms of long distance travel journey and vacation, the time in the first week is looking to be the best. The last 3 weeks are mediocre. If you really have to go, then it's fine, but do your proper due diligence before you embark on major long distance journeys. Children, in terms of the progeny area, for those women looking to, who are desiring a child, the first week is looking the best, most supportive. The last 3 weeks are also not too shabby, but it won't be as supportive as the first week. But again, you have to make sure to check your natal chart to ensure more accuracy if the progeny area is supported in your natal chart. Finally, for those people already having children, the time is looking to be quite good throughout the month. You will have an enjoyable time with your children, and the relationship will be good for the most part. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Cancer Kark Rashi friends, and I wish you the best. For my Leo Simha Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first this month. It is going to be a very positive month for you career wise. Reason being, your career lord Venus is going to be pretty much well placed throughout the month. For the first almost 3 weeks, it will be transiting in the fourth house where it will be Digbali, directionally very strong, from where it will aspect its own house of career. Even in the last week, it will transit to the fifth house, which is a positive house. It is a Trikon Sthana. So, as long as you put in the hard work effort, you will basically be successful professionally. If you don't have a job, I highly recommend use this month to your advantage because there is a strong chance of landing a new job opportunity with a good salary and benefits package. Because especially Mercury and Venus will both aspect your 10th house. And Mercury controls your wealth, your finances, your money flow. So this is a very auspicious combination. Even those people already employed in good jobs, you have a strong chance of getting a bonus, promotion, or salary increment this month. If I talk about business, overall, the business area is now going to start to slowly improve after December 5 onwards due to Jupiter's movement back to the sign of Gemini and the aspect on the business house. But still, don't throw caution to the wind due to the business lord Saturn still transiting in the eighth house. So take it with a stride. Do not, do not take any impulsive, hasty decisions. Think twice before, just trusting people who you have not known for a long time, and do your proper due diligence, research, analysis, and you will do great. If I talk about finance, overall, the financial area is looking to be quite good this month. It is looking to be positive because Jupiter itself will be entering your 11th house. So, naturally, a lot of gains can be unlocked, wealth flow will increase, and financially, you will feel stronger than before. If I talk about health area is going to be pretty much positive for the most part, unless you are running like Saturn Dasha Bhukti, then there can be some possible chronic health ailments you might have to go through. But other than that, if you are running a positive Dasha Bhukti, then your health area is going to be mostly good. If I talk about love life, then for single people, the time is now getting a whole lot better because Jupiter will now aspect its own fifth house of relationships. And in the last 2 weeks, even your Lagna Lord will enter. This means that you will have ample energy, drive, and your focus will be towards finding a partner. And it is a good month for that. For those couples already in a relationship, the time will become very nice after December 5 when Jupiter starts aspecting the fifth house. If there were any pending issues that need to be resolved, those can certainly be resolved, and you can be back on the same page moving forward. Coming to marriage, for those people wanting to settle down, wanting to get married, the time is looking very good after December 5 again because Jupiter will aspect the seventh house of marriage. So if you are running the right kind of dasha and bhukti, then lo and behold, marriage can definitely happen for you. And those married couples who are already in a marriage, in a union, you will have an amazing time in your married life, especially if you travel, you explore, you go on some adventures. It will be even better for your married life. If I talk about education, I want to mention for even married couples, if there were any misunderstandings in the past, those can certainly be resolved now due to Jupiter's aspect on Rahu. Because if Rahu had caused any sort of marital issues, any sort of miscommunication, misunderstandings, those can also alleviate due to Jupiter's aspect moving forward on the seventh house. Now, talking about education, for those students who are pursuing primary education like bachelor's, high school, the time is going to be very good for you this month. If you study hard, you are going to do great. Higher education, for those students, pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time yet again is looking to be very positive pretty much throughout the month. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking to be quite strong especially in the first 3 weeks. It is looking to be very strong and basically profitable. You can say it will be good for you if you do a lot of short distance traveling. If I talk about long distance traveling, journey, and vacation, the time is also looking to be quite good. So if you need to embark on major long distance travel you had put forth or you had put aside for a while, you can certainly resume that. If I talk about children in the progeny area, for those women looking to conceive, the time, especially in the last 2 weeks, is looking to be quite supportive from a general perspective. And those people already having children, this month can be a great time for you to spend a lot of great moments, quality time with your children. And the focus will be heavily on the children area, especially as the month approaches the end. There can be some really important events, some transformations connected to the children house. So I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Leo Simha Rashi friends, and I wish you the best. For my Virgo Kanya Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. This month, Jupiter is moving back to your career house. So that is a great thing because Jupiter always, wherever it transits, wherever it aspects, those are considered to be blessings, right? So expansion, more opportunities can certainly be around the block. Sun and Mars will also be aspecting the 10th house. The combined aspect, especially in the second half of the month, will be there. And that is fine, but those are very powerful aspects. So the thing is, try not to get into any sort of conflicts, arguments, disputes, especially with higher ups, with colleagues, with subordinates, because that can cause friction and issues. But if you mind your business, if you are focused on your work, on your duties, on your tasks, then you will get the recognition and you know you will get the respect that you deserve. So overall, this is a very powerful month and it is up to you how you want to steer it. If you want to steer it in a positive way or a negative way, the wheel is in your hands. If I talk about business, in terms of business area, this is this can be a very productive month for the business area because Jupiter, the ruler of the business house, is also now going to transit in the 10th house and be retrograde, meaning that now is a great time to reflect back in the past and think about any decisions that you made which were not the most beneficial for you and how you can alter those, how you can learn from those, how you can tailor those to your business needs moving forward. You will have a lot of ample energy, drive to work on your business goals, to do something on your own, and it is a great time to do that. Just do not be too hasty or impulsive. This is not a good month to get into new business partnerships, but you can certainly think about collaborations, potential business partnerships, but just do not go with that for now. It is a good time to do your due diligence and research on that. If I talk about finance, in terms of financial area, this month is going to be quite good, quite positive, because your wealth lord, especially Venus, will be well placed. And in the last 2 weeks, or sorry, after the 20th, it will become Digbali in the fourth house, directionally very strong. It will also receive the aspect of Jupiter, which means that luxury will be on your mind and you might even spend some money on enhancing your luxury and satisfying your needs. So, overall, the money area is looking to be quite strong, quite activated this month. If I talk about health, then overall, the health area is going to be mostly positive, mostly positive. because Jupiter will aspect the sixth house from December 5 onwards. So those are blessings that will also control Rahu to a great extent. Your Lagnesh Mercury will be pretty much well placed throughout the month. So health wise, it is going to be quite a good month for you. If I talk about love life, for single people wanting to get into a relationship, the time is looking to be quite good this month, quite positive. So if you are proactive enough, you might find the right person for yourself, and it can be for the long haul. For those couples already in a relationship, the time is looking to be very good, very stable, and you will start to become quite serious about your relationship, and you might think of taking it to the next level and even getting married due to your fifth lord being transiting in the seventh house of marriage. Coming to the marriage area, well, Saturn is in your marriage house, which means responsibility, which means stability. Your marriage lord, Jupiter, will be transiting back to the 10th house, but it will still be very strong. It will be retrograde. So, this is the time you might think of, you might reflect back on the past and you might think of, did I miss an opportunity here or there? And if you recognize that opportunity and if that person is still available, you might think of, really talking to that person, speaking your heart out and letting them know that you would like to be serious about them, if and see if they reciprocate the same feelings. So marriage will definitely be on your mind, and you will want to now settle down and think about getting married. For those couples already in a marriage, the time is looking to be very stable for the most part. And if there were any pending issues that need to be resolved, those can also certainly be resolved in this coming time. So, overall, the conjugal bliss is looking to be fairly good this month. If I talk about education, for those students pursuing primary education like high school, bachelor's, the time is looking to be very progressive, very focused. If you are going to avoid distractions, you are going to do great. For those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking exceptional this month. You will make excellent academic progress. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is again very positive for the most part. Just do not speed and drive your vehicle. In terms of long distance travel journey and vacation, the time is looking excellent and you can certainly embark on the same. Finally, children, for those women looking to conceive who are desiring to have a child, the time is progressive, it is supportive. From a general perspective, you need to verify your natal chart to ensure more accuracy. For those people already having children, you are going to spend a lot of good quality time with them. There is going to be stability in your relationship, more dependability on each other, and overall, your children will be obedient to you for the most part. So, I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Virgo Kanya Rashi friends, and I wish you the best. For my Libra Tula Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Well, this month you will have Jupiter leaving your career house and moving back to the ninth house in the sign of Gemini. That will happen after December 5. So, till December 5, you will have Jupiter's blessings on your career house in your professional life. After that, there won't be really any major afflictions per se to your professional life. In the last 3 weeks, Mars will aspect your career house. So, that will give you a lot of drive, give you energy to pursue your goals, objectives, ambitions related to your career. But just do not be too impulsive or hasty about it, because it is a debilitated aspect on the 10th house, although not bad, because because Mars considers Moon as an friend. So overall, it will be mostly a positive month professionally for you. So try to make the most of it. If you don't have a job, still you are unemployed, keep trying, because Mars aspect on the 10th in a way is good for, really being proactive, giving lots of interviews, because you will have that drive, that energy to be able to land a new job opportunity. If I talk about business, in terms of the business area, the time is looking to be mostly positive. As long as you work hard, you have a clear goal, aim, focus for where you want your business to go, how you want to take your business moving forward, then you are going to achieve good success, because your business lord Mars again will be quite well placed throughout the month. So success is on the cards as long as you have your game plan drawn out. If I talk about finance, in terms of finances, it is going to be mostly a positive month for you. Reason being, your money house is are controlled by Mars and Sun, which will again be quite well placed throughout the month, especially in the latter half of the month. Jupiter will also aspect them. So the blessings will be on your money lords, meaning financially you will be doing quite positive this month. If I talk about health, health wise, it is again a very good month for you. No major health concerns are foreseen. You might actually eat a lot of good food, tasty food. You might go out and do some fine dining, especially for the first 3 weeks. You might eat out a lot, so just keep a tab on that. But otherwise, health area looks great. If I talk about love life, then for single people wanting to get into a relationship, the time after December 5 is looking to be very positive. Jupiter's aspect will be on Rahu and on the fifth house, which means good opportunities can come around. So definitely keep your eyes open. If I talk about those couples already in a relationship, if there were any issues or problems or misunderstandings, or uh, basically miscommunication that Rahu might have caused, that can be resolved now due to Jupiter's blessings on the fifth house. So, very good time moving forward for couples. If I talk about marriage, for those people wanting to settle down, wanting to get married, the time is looking quite strong now. Your seventh lord will be very powerful in transit. So, if you are proactive enough, you can find someone who wants to also get married, who wants to settle down. If you're running the right kind of dasha and bhakti, then it can certainly play out for you. If I talk about those couples already married, then overall it is going to be a wonderful month for you. Go out on some adventures, do things, do activities that your spouse likes, and it can be a very fun and enjoyable month for your married life. If I talk about education, for those students pursuing bachelor's high school, primary education, the time is going to be mostly positive, especially for competitive type examinations. If I talk about higher education, for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, it is going to be quite an activated month for you, meaning, you might finally get admission to the college that you desire. You might even relocate abroad, foreign land for pursuing higher education. If you're already in a higher education program, you will really become focused on what you want to achieve. So overall, a good month for the same. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking to be positive for the most part, and the same applies for long distance travel journey and vacations. If I talk about children, for those women looking to conceive who are desiring to have a child, the ninth aspect of Jupiter on the fifth house from December 5 onwards is looking to be very, very positive from a general perspective. For those people already having children, if there were any issues in the relationship with your children for the past couple of months, those can certainly be resolved now once Jupiter starts aspecting your fifth house. So, great news in that department. So, I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Libra Tula Rashi friends, and I wish you all the best. For my Scorpio Vrishik Rashi friends, let's talk about your career area first. Well, your career Lord Sun will be very well placed pretty much throughout the month. For the first half of the month, it will be transiting in the sign of Scorpio, which is ruled by its good friend Mars, and then it will transit to the sign of Sagittarius towards the middle of the month, which is ruled by its great friend Jupiter. And in the second half of the month, Jupiter will also aspect Sun, where Sun will be in conjunction with Mars and eventually Venus and Mercury. So, overall, a very powerful month for you career wise. It is up to you how you want to steer it, in which direction you want to take it, whether it is making any important career related changes, job transfer, applying to a new job, or asking for a promotion, requesting a bonus, whatever it might be. I think it is a good month to think about these things. Even for those people who don't have a job, I highly recommend keep applying, give lots of interviews. There is a very good chance you can land a new job opportunity this month. So overall, a very progressive month for career. If I talk about business, for the business area, the first 3 weeks especially are looking very, very positive. Some good favorable outcomes can fructify for your venture, for your startup or business or whatever it might be. So really utilize any and every opportunity that comes your way. Give it proper thought. Do not be too impulsive or hasty in the first week, especially. But overall, if you play your cards right, this month can be quite profitable for you business wise, especially in the second half of the month. If I talk about finance, financially, this is going to be a very strong month for you. You are going to see your bank balance shoot up. You are going to see gains from different sources of income unlocked. So just be prudent with your investments, be wise, and leave the rest to these planets to do their magic. If I talk about health, from the health perspective, the time is looking to be quite favorable. I do not see any major health concerns. It is actually a good time for you to focus on any chronic health issues if you are facing those and see how you can recover from it completely. It is the best time for that. If I talk about love life for single people wanting a relationship, this is a great time in the sense of finding a stable long term relationship. Especially the first 4 or 5 days are the best this month. And after that, it will be okay, mediocre. But if you're looking for a stable, committed relationship, then it can be a good time for that. Again, depends on what dasha and bhukti you're running. For those couples already in a relationship, the time for the first week is exceptional. Then slowly there can be some challenges. You might face some ups and downs that might need to be addressed as the month progresses. But if you really care for your partner, I'm sure everything will work out. If I talk about marriage, for those people wanting to settle down, wanting to get married, the first 3 weeks are looking very good for that, very good for marriage related activities, events. And if you're running the right kind of dasha bhukti, then marriage can definitely be on the cards for you this month, especially the first 3 weeks. For those couples already married, the time is going to be very blissful, filled with a lot of happiness, love, romance, passion, sensuality. So enjoy it to its fullest. If I talk about education, in terms of primary education, for those students pursuing high school, bachelor's, the time is going to be good after December 5. After December 5 onwards, the time will become very, very good for your studies because Jupiter will aspect the fourth house, right? If there were any issues, problems that Rahu had created for the last couple of months without the blessings of Jupiter, now things will start to change. If I talk about higher education for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking to be good, as in it will be like the results or the rewards will correspond to the amount of effort that is put in. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking to be good for the most part, no issues there. In terms of long distance travel journey and vacation, the same applies, looking quite favorable and positive. Finally, children, for those women looking to conceive who are desiring to have a child, the first 4 5 days, the first you can say 4 days of this month are looking good, very supportive, and then the rest of the month not as much. And this is again from a general perspective. If you already have children, then overall your relationship with them can go through some testing times this month. So be on guard, take it in a stride. Do not be too harsh with them. Try to work things out amicably. That will be the best resolution. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Scorpio Vrishika Rashi friends, and I wish you the best. For my Sagittarius Dhanu Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. This month, there can be some challenges, some possible issues that you might have to face professionally because your career Lord Mercury will be in the 12th house pretty much all month long. And also, it will be in the, you can say, enemy sign of Scorpio, not the best sign for Mercury to be placed in. Saturn's aspect, direct aspect, is also on the career house, which means that it is best for you to avoid any sort of conflicts, avoid taking any impulsive, hasty career related decisions. Instead, stay fully focused on your duties, tasks, projects. You know, do not get involved in any sort of office politics, gossiping. Just do your work, be committed, and you will do fine. So this is not the best month for changing jobs, applying for a promotion, asking for a job transfer, doing any of those sort of things. This is the month to stick with the status quo when it comes to professional life. If I talk about business, in terms of business area, this month can be quite good for business people because Jupiter will move back to the business house, and lot of planets will be activating the house of business, such as Sun, Mars, eventually Venus, and at the very end Mercury itself. So as the month progresses, the business area will keep getting better and better, and especially if you're doing a business connected to foreign lands or to do anything with foreigners, different culture, background, then your business will flourish. Think about your business in the sense of long term this month, and think more about long term decisions, long term investments, and that way you will prime yourself up for more success. If I talk about finance, then overall financially it will be a mediocre month. The first 2 weeks can be a slowdown. From the third week onwards, things will start to pick up financially for you. So just invest wisely. Again, focus on the long term. Do not think about quick short term gains, especially in the first week, or you can even face losses. If I talk about health, in terms of your health area, it is going to be a good month for you. I do not foresee any issues, especially after December 5. Your health area is going to be great, and you will feel increased immunity. You will start to feel more energetic, more robust. So the time is looking good. If I talk about love life for single people who are thinking about relationship, then the time after December 7 is looking to be really good for that. So you can be proactive after December 7. Whereas for those couples already in a relationship, the first week especially is going to be filled with a lot of passion, love, romance, sensuality. Even after the second week onwards, things will be great, and you can go on some adventures and spend a lot of good quality time together. For marriage area, the time will be strongly activated due to Jupiter transiting to the marriage house after December 5. But this is not a good month to get married. You can certainly start to seek out good prospects, alliances, proposals, but it is not the right month for marriage. Try to wait for next month. If I talk about those couples already married, then for the most part, you will have a good, enjoyable married life, especially after December 5 onwards. Till then, there can be some possible miscommunication, misunderstandings, but slowly things will get resolved as the month progresses. If I talk about education, in terms of primary education for those students pursuing high school, bachelor's, the time is looking good as long as you're willing to commit, as long as you're willing to focus and work hard, you will do good in your academics. If I talk about higher education for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the first 2 weeks are going to be very tough, but the last 2 weeks are going to be exceptional for your studies, research, and higher education needs. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journey, the time after December 5 is looking good for that. Whereas for long distance travel journey and vacation, pretty much the full month, the entire month is looking quite supportive for major long distance travel. But if you do it after December 5 onwards, it will be even better. Finally, children, for those women looking to conceive who are desiring to have a child, the time is looking to be quite fruitful in the last 2 weeks of this month. But again, this is from a general perspective. You will need to check your natal birth chart to see if it supports the progeny area. Whereas for those people already having children, overall, it is going to be a good time for you in terms of spending time with your children, going on adventures, even going on some nice long distance foreign vacations can be on the cards. So enjoy it to its fullest. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Sagittarius friends, and I hope you have a wonderful month of December. For my Capricorn Makar Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Your career lord Venus is going to be quite well placed for the first 3 weeks, which means that the first 3 weeks are going to be quite favorable for you professionally because Venus will be in the 11th house along with Mercury. 11th house is the house of gains, desires, wish fulfillment. But from the 21st onwards, Venus will transit to the 12th house, although it won't be too bad either because Jupiter will be aspecting the 12th house and Venus. And from 5th of December, Jupiter will also aspect your 10th house of career. So, overall, no matter what, your career area and professional life is going to be mostly a smooth ride this month. And if you put in the hard work and effort, then you can achieve very good progress, and your goals, ambitions, and desires connected to your professional life can certainly fructify in this time. If you don't have a job, especially the first 2 weeks are looking to be very beneficial for landing a new job opportunity. If I talk about business, Then there are basically no major afflictions to the business area this month. So the more hard work and effort you do, consistently, you will get the rewards and benefits for the same. So business wise, it is a good month to really hone in on your goals and decide where you want to take your business moving forward for the next year, for the new year. So this is the time to really draw out the map for your goal plan, for your vision, for your objectives, on what you exactly want to accomplish for your business area, and then really work towards that. It is going to be a very good time for your business area moving forward. If I talk about finance, then financially, the time is looking to be good in the sense of long term investments. If you invest wisely and focus on long term and not quick short term gains, then you will do great in terms of monetary benefit. If I talk about health, health wise, oh, I forgot to mention, financially there are chances of some people receiving bonuses, promotion, or salary increment that might be long overdue. Moving on to health area, it is going to be pretty much a good time for health. I'm not seeing any major concerns, although some people might have to go and get a wellness checkup done, possibly take the right kind of medications to come out of any health ailments. So it's good for those sort of things, and overall no major health concerns are foreseen this month. If I talk about love life, for single people wanting to get into a relationship, the first 19-20 days are looking to be phenomenal for single people, finding someone and getting into a relationship. For those couples already in a relationship, the time is going to be quite good, very filled with a lot of love, sensuality, happiness, romance, pretty much throughout the month. So enjoy to its fullest. If I talk about marriage, for those people wanting to actually settle down, since there are no major afflictions to the marriage house, it is a good month for marriage related events and stuff like that. But make sure you are running the right kind of dasha bhukti, and then lo and behold, you can certainly get married because the time is looking quite beneficial for that. If I talk about those couples already married, then overall your marital life will be filled with a lot of bliss, harmony, peace, and no major issues are foreseen. Education, in terms of primary education, for those students pursuing high school, bachelor's, the time is going to be a bit tough from second week onwards. So you will need to really focus hard to get good grades. If I talk about higher education, such as those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, then pretty much the entire month is looking very good for the same, and you will make excellent academic progress. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking good. You can say it is more of mediocre after the second week onwards, and just do not speed and drive your vehicle. In terms of, and also avoid getting entangled with the law, avoid any sort of conflicts on the road, avoid any sort of road rage incidents. In terms of long distance travel journey vacation, the time is looking exceptional. If you do your proper planning and due diligence, you can certainly embark on major long distance journeys. Finally, children. In the progeny area, for those women looking to conceive who are desiring to have a child, the first 19 days are looking the best, the most supportive from a general perspective due to the Venus aspect on the fifth house, which it itself rules. For those people already having children, pretty much the first 3 weeks are going to be exceptional for you, and you are going to have a great fun time spending with your children, and the bonding will only increase. The last week or so, there can be some distance you might feel So you can, work accordingly towards that. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Capricorn Makar Rashi friends, and I wish you the best. For my Aquarius Kumbha Rashi friends, let's talk about your career area first. Well, this month, your career lord Mars is going to be very well placed throughout the month. First, in its own house of career in the 10th, along with Sun, along with Venus, Mercury. Then it will transit to the 11th house in the house of gains, benefits, wish fulfillment in the sign of Sagittarius, and it will receive the aspect of Jupiter. Sun will also be for the first 2 weeks in your 10th house in directionally strong position. So overall, one of the best months for you career wise, and especially lo and behold, in the first week or so, you can see some exceptional and remarkable significant achievement career wise. If you don't have a job, a very very strong chance of landing a new job opportunity this month. you know Anything that your heart desires, connected to career, whether it's a job change, job transfer, bonus, promotion, salary increment, different team, movement within internal job transfer, anything that you desire can, or has a high likelihood of playing out. If I talk about business, overall, the business area is also looking to be quite fruitful this month. You will do well. And especially in the last 2 weeks, there can be some gains and benefits and increased revenue from your business area. Just again, do not throw caution to the wind because Ketu will be transiting in your business house all month long. Avoid getting into new business partnerships unless your horoscope matches really well with the business partner. If I talk about finance, then financially, this is going to be a very, very rewarding month, especially after December 5. Your 11th house will be activated by the 11th Lord Jupiter itself. And overall, it is just looking phenomenal from investments, from speculative investments, from all sorts of gains, and so forth. If I talk about health area, then in terms of health, the time is looking to be good, but there could be some slight acute health issues that can bother you. So be aware of that, but nothing too major that I'm seeing here. If I talk about love life for single people, chances are now going to open up, especially after December 5. Strong chances of meeting a potential match and getting into a relationship is seen. For those couples already in a relationship, the time is going to become very enjoyable, very positive. Your relationship will be filled with optimism, hope. Love will expand and grow as the month unfolds. Talking about marriage, for those people wanting to settle down, wanting to get married, this month is actually looking quite good for the same, especially in the last 2 weeks. So if you are running the right kind of dasha bhukti, then lo and behold, marriage might be on the cards for you, and you might meet the right proposal or get the right alliance this month. For those couples already married, overall, don't have too much expectations, but you are going to have a very good married life this month. It is going to be filled with a lot of happiness, pleasure, and just a good time. So enjoy it. If I talk about education in terms of primary education, those students pursuing high school, bachelor's, the time pretty much throughout the month is looking exceptional, and same goes for higher education for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, and postdoc. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking to be good throughout the month. I do not see any concerns, and the same applies for long distance travel journey and vacation, especially after the 20th of December. It is an exceptional time to travel abroad. Children, in terms of progeny area, for those women who are looking to conceive, who are desiring to have children, the time after December 5 onwards is, quite favorable, quite supportive. It is getting strongly activated. So you can certainly think about that. But of course, this is from a general perspective. Those people already having children, you are going to enjoy a lot of time, spending with them. And if they stay away from you, there is a strong chance they might come to meet you, spend good quality time with you. So enjoy it to its fullest. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Aquarius Kumbha Rashi friends, and I wish you the best. For my Pisces Meen Rashi friends, let's talk about your career area first. Well, this month, finally, Jupiter is now moving back to your fourth house. It happens to be your ascendant lord. It also happens to be your career lord itself. So, from the fourth, it will start to directly aspect the career house. So, that is a huge blessing for you because that is its own house, own sign of Sagittarius. And eventually, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury all will become conjunct in the house of career itself. So, one of the most important months for you this year, I will say, for career, some important decisions might fructify here. There can be some major transformations that might play out professionally. And so, this can be a month where you might land a new job opportunity, you might change your job, you might even transfer to a new department, you might completely seek a new career path. You might move to a different country for a new job. So, a lot of things can unfold this month for you career wise. So, a very important month. Be on guard, be alert, stay focused, have a clear path of what you really want to achieve, what are your goals, ambitions related to your career, and then pursue those relentlessly. It is a great month for you. If I talk about business, overall, the business area is going to keep improving as the month progresses. Some important decisions, again, connected to the business area can unfold here. So, but do not rush into anything because Saturn's aspect is on your business house. So take your time, be very steady when it comes to taking important business decisions. Avoid getting into new business partnerships this month if possible. Stick with the status quo, keep working hard, and you will do great in your business activities. If I talk about finance, financially, the time is looking to be quite good, quite profitable, especially from your career area. There are strong chances of a bonus, promotion, salary increment that might be long overdue, that might, you might finally get that. So, overall, a very good month financially. Just make the right investments and avoid very high risk speculative investments at this point, especially if you're running Saturn, Dasha, or Bhukti. If I talk about health, from the health perspective, the time is going to be quite good. I'm not seeing any major concerns as such. Just maybe get a regular wellness checkup once in a while, and overall, you will be fine. If I talk about love life for single people wanting a relationship, this month is quite good. There are no afflictions to the fifth house. So, actually, in the last 3 weeks, Mars will be impacting the fifth house, but it is not an enemy aspect, but it can give you the drive, the courage, the energy to be able to be proactive and seek out a potential mate. But do not be too impulsive either. Do not be too hasty. Take your time. In terms of those couples already in a relationship, the time more or less will be good, will be smooth, and will be filled with a lot of passion, love, romance. If I talk about marriage, for those people wanting to get married, wanting to settle down, the time is looking fruitful. If you are running the right kind of dasha bhukti, then marriage can be on the cards for you. For those couples already married, it is going to be an enjoyable time, especially if you do some nice long distance travel, journey, vacation with your spouse. Go abroad, it will be a very good time for you and will increase your overall bonding. If I talk about education, for those students pursuing primary education like bachelor's, high school, the time is looking to be quite positive. No major concerns are seen. Jupiter entering the fourth house is going to be a blessing in disguise and will help you to progress in your studies. When it comes to higher education, for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, The time is once again looking very good, very progressive, and you will make great academic progress. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking very supportive, and the same applies for long distance travel journey and vacations. Travel in general is very good this month and very much favorable. Finally, children. For those women looking to conceive who are desiring to have children, the first week is much better than the last 3 weeks. This is from a general perspective. Finally, you will need to verify your natal birth chart to get more specific results. Finally, those people who already have children, it is a great month to spend more quality time with them, especially outdoors. Go on some adventures, go to amusement parks, play some sports. Doing these things will enhance your relationship with your children. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Pisces Meen Rashi friends, and I wish you all the best.